All right, so it's Gosu's Hwangsin versus Evil Genius's PuMa. What do you think, Kev? Who's going to take it?
Never root against PuMa when he plays in the NASL, Ben. I think Hwangsin is a really entertaining Protoss to watch. I've watched a lot of his games. I enjoy watching a few of his replays as well, certainly the ones from the NASL. I like to go over them again and see what's going on. But yeah, rooting against PuMa in NASL, that's a bad thing to do. And just in general, I love PuMa's TVP, Ben. And that's not just because of his one-on-one. I love it in general.
Oh, so man, he always blows me away. I think you and I are going to be agreeing a lot on predictions today, as PuMa is just, he doesn't really lose Terran versus Protoss. I still think he's the best TVP on the planet, in spite of the fact that he's not really playing in Code S, but he just, every time he runs into a high-level Protoss, he beats him, most recently taking out MC at the Intel Extreme. Am I saying that right?
Actually, he lost against MC.
Yeah, he did lose to MC. It was a close series, though.
Yeah, he should have won. I mean, Game 4 on Entombed Valley was an absolute win for PuMa, if you guys don't remember the series. And Game 5 on Antigua Shipyard, that should have been a win for PuMa as well. So you still sort of made a point, Ben, but yes, go on. Yeah,
and the game that I recall of PuMa that most memorably made my jaw drop was the one he played against Mana. I think that was at Assembly.
Well, I think you mean Entombed Valley, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Intel Extreme Master as well.
Okay, where Mana had that in-game unbeatable army, as we like to sometimes say, and PuMa's proved that with proper control, you can kill anything.
Yeah, I loved his mix between tank and bio on that moment. That's something that Nama used to do back in the days that made him win DreamHack back then also against Mana. That's a really entertaining PvT style, or TVP. But one moment that I was always like really amazed by from PuMa. PuMa is going CC first, by the way. And Hwangsin is going to scout this, so I'm curious to see how Hwangsin is going to deal with this. But I still want to give PuMa a little bit more props, man. You remember that game we played against Hazuops on the Shadow Temple, the Intel Extreme Masters in Guangzhou?
How could I ever forget those snipes?
Those snipes, those EMPs. Hazu had a really good army, and Hazu is good with High Templars, but well, PuMa just made it look like it's easy controlling against the maxed out Protoss army. That was insane. On that moment, I was like, wow, so much for all the people who say that PuMa can only 1-1-1.
Yeah, really, that was incredible. And PuMa, he still will mix in a 1-1-1 every now and then, but he's really moved away from that. As we see that Hwangsin has pulled probes off of gas, he's going to go for a Nexus as soon as he possibly can. So it's going to be a one-gate expand against Command Center first. How do you feel when you play against a Terran who goes Command Center first?
I feel a little bit tricky. Then again, I know that there are certain timings that you can hit which you normally can hit. This also means that his stim is going to be a little bit later. Just everything is going to be a little bit later for him. Yeah, he's going to have more units, but then again, he also gives up complete map control because the Stalkers are later. So if you know where the scouting SCV is, and then you park 2 Stalkers over here, he's going to have absolutely 0 map vision, which can be annoying for a Terran as well. But of course, what I think what Hwangsin is doing right now is the right thing. It's a super economic opening from Terran, so straight away you don't need that quicker core, or that quicker warp gate. Just drop the Nexus first and then start worrying about the rest of your tech. Just get your economy going as well, because there's not, like, you can't break it on one base. There's nothing really that you can do about it early on. But what I said is I like the most, keep track on the scouting SCV. If you pick that one off, Terran is going to have absolutely 0 map vision.
I love the way that PuMa plays, Kev. He waited until the probe was gone, then took double gas. Probe tried to turn around, but the Marine was in position. He was sure to deny that intel. So Hwangsin right now is like, what the hell is this guy doing? He's gone gasless, fast expand into a couple of racks. He has to suspect some tech to come soon, but he did not see that double gas. And we've seen tons of variations that Terrans have been throwing in off this double gas follow-up.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, PuMa can still throw down 2 additional racks, then he's going to be on 4 racks, and he's going to be able to put some serious pressure on when Stimpack is ready. But what PuMa could also do is just drop a factory straight away, followed up with a starport, maybe even with Cloak Banshee, and then you have a whole different ballgame, as Kobe Bryant would say.
Kobe Bryant never has a whole different ball game, man. He's a champion. He always wins.
It's kind of like LeBron.
Now, LeBron has a lot of different ball games.
You're hitting on LeBron
He
again.
loves to dunk on the bad guys.
28th of April,
He can never dunk over Kobe.
28th of April, the NBA playoffs start, and we're going to see LeBron shine like a star.
You see LeBron's points per game drop by about 15.
No.
Factory finishing up now for PuMa. I'm almost sure he'll follow that up with a starport and go into that Cloak Banshee play, as that's just become so common in the early mid-game TVP and even TVZ these days.
Yeah, PuMa did it several times in the IEM World Championships. MMA did it several times as well. And I like this. But Protoss players got smarter against this as well and started to have a much better idea. What I like from PuMa is that he straight away took the Salnaga with quite a few Marines. Makes it a little bit harder for Hwangsin again to contain PuMa on these two bases. Absolutely no intel. So, interesting. Hwangsin is going double forge, so I think we actually see a really nice macro game on Daybreak, which is of course a map that allows nice macro games.
Yep. Did you know Daybreak is the most played map in the North American Star League?
Can I say gigantic blunder?
Because he's got one probe too few in his main.
Yes.
I don't know if I would call it a gigantic blunder, but
No,
it
I
is,
want to call it a gigantic blunder.
if nothing else, a bit of a slip up. One that I would wager Hwangsin will probably correct, as we can see he has already done so.
But regarding no, he didn't. Really? Oh, he actually has one too many right now.
That's an even more gigantic blunder. Oh, oversaturated by 2. Hwangsin slipping.
No, I did not know that, man. I know that we see Daybreak a lot, but I did not know it was the most played map in the NASL.
It's a very common pick. It's also a very balanced map, pretty much even across the board if you look at the statistics thus far. Protoss enjoying a slightly higher win rate than the other 2 races,
Ooh,
but it's very close.
Only one observer on the map so far for Hwangsin. Now, what would happen if PuMa picks up this observer band? Would we love PuMa forever?
Even if he doesn't pick it off, the fact that it's on the wrong side of the map is critical.
That is, oh, PuMa, no! No, PuMa!
Oh, he sees it, man. He sees it. He sees it.
He knows it's there, and he's going to avoid it with the Banshee.
PuMa, why so good? How does he do this? Observer's moving again, and I think, once again, PuMa's all over it. And this is going to make these Cloak Banshees so much better. We still haven't seen a second Observer. Oh, PuMa finally missing it.
Yeah, but that's okay, because by the time that Hwangsin scout this, he's already going to end up losing 5, 6, 7, maybe even 8 or 9 probes. And PuMa, man.
Oh, no.
PuMa smells observers.
It's flying at a very awkward angle. Does spot the starport. We'll see the Cloak research.
But look at this, man. In the natural, already have a Cloak Banshee. He's probably chrono boosting out an additional observer right now, but the damage is going to be done already. This Cloak tech is completely worth it right now.
Oh, you're so right. He's got 6 probe kills. He's going to get a couple stalker kills even. Hwangsin is chrono boosting out a new observer. But, well, as we so often say, the damage has already been dealt.
Yep. He's going to get 8 probes most likely.
9 even?
No, he already
disappeared into the extractor at the last possible second.
So 7 probes fell. But of course a ton of mining time has been lost for Hwangsin as well. And look at PuMa. Already get that 3rd command center up and running. Straight away drops the mules over here. Could he have asked for a better economic opening?
No, it's impossible to be any better off than PuMa is right now. He's going to have triple orbital. Is that going to be an orbital? Yes, it is. And that is just a great position to be in.
Hwangsin has only 1 stalker in his main, so I think when this Banshee flies in, he's going to end up losing at least 3, 4, 5 more probes. And he's so oversaturated right now.
I've got some more trivia for you, Kev.
I want trivia. I love trivia,
okay,
man.
so you know how the Banshee pilot is a chick?
Yes.
She wasn't always. Okay, I gotta be really careful how I phrase that. If back in Alpha, it was a dude.
I was about to say, man. Where are you taking this, man?
I was watching, somebody tweeted me a YouTube video from the Alpha because it had Reapers with their minds on it. And also in that video was a male Banshee pilot. And I was like, whoa, what happened here? So.
You have to be careful there, man.
Yep.
Slippery ground. 61 SCVs right now for PuMa, and 55 or 54 probes for Hwangsin. And look at the production tab for PuMa. It's more than halfway across the screen. Getting stim, getting +1, getting the 1 armor as well. Hwangsin is getting Colossus out. I'm not sure if PuMa really scouted it. No, he never scouted the robotics bay. And I don't think he ever spotted the Colossus either. But he does, of course, have that starport. He has a reactor on it, so he should be able to get enough Vikings out in time. And the first real engagement is going to... Oh, nice scan right there by PuMa.
Yeah, he's right on top of everything. Maybe a mistake by Hwangsin to put all of his tech in the exact same place. But if ever there was any doubt, PuMa now knows exactly what to expect out of his opponent. His macro is going to be off the chain. I think PuMa could very well be maxed when they finally fight.
He's getting a 4th command center already. Hwangsin is probably going to have charge and +2 ready, though. So this first fight, that's going to be a real key fight for Hwangsin. If he does that well, anything is still possible. If it doesn't go well, it's absolutely over. Not that he's going to lose the game there straight away, but PuMa's economy is going to be just nuts. There's no other way to describe it.
Using those siege tanks, as we discussed a little bit earlier in this game, and a big double drop. heading out across the bottom of half of the map for PuMa.
If only you have a Templar Archives right now, Hwangsin, so you could feedback those bad boys.
No.
He
Hwangsin, now's not the time to move out. There are a couple stalkers and a cannon there.
Yeah, but Cloak Banshee is going to join in as well. That gives so much DPS to this army, and Hwangsin is going to take so much damage from this drop.
Yes, he is, and that army immediately turning around. Probes try to fight. That's not what they're built for, Hwangsin. I think... No, PuMa's not going to take any chances. He's just going to load up and get out of there. One of the medevacs going down.
With 5 Marines in it. Man, that's unfair as well. Like, you see 2 ships, and one of them looks really cool, and one of them looks like from the 40s. Like, I want the other ship. No, you're going in the old one. It's fine. But
how janky is it that you're like flying the medevac and like, oh, we're under fire, and then you look out your window and you see your buddy driving a Cloak Banshee.
Yeah, that's kind of unfair.
Why didn't I get that upgrade?
I'm not sure what Hwangsin is going to try to achieve over here. Charge is pretty good, but not in a choke like this, and certainly not against all that's still by in those tanks.
Yeah, that Command Center is going to take a bit of damage. Also, the Viking's going to come down, and Hwangsin's Stalkers are so out of position that one of those Colossi almost dying.
Survives though with 2 HP.
Won't take many Viking shots to down that Colossus, as PuMa up to 180 supply against the 140 of Hwangsin. Army supply 110 to 90.
And meanwhile, that medevac started to drop once more. We do have the Zealous with +2, and Charge is ready. So this time he will be able to deal with this. Now he's just going for it, but I don't think that this is anything that he can possibly win.
That's a really awkward spot to attack into his siege tanks. Vikings and so many Marine Marauder. Hwangsin's like, man, I just got run over by a freight train. GG. PuMa wins his game without ever leaving his base.
I love that wall that PuMa got over there as well with those 3 Rexes. That made perfect sense. But yeah, you're right. Ever since the start, killing those 6-7 probes, PuMa had a superb economy. He read this really, really well, though, I must say. Like, he did pretty much everything correct. But I'm a little bit disappointed by Hwangsin. I think he made a lot of silly mistakes, unnecessary forced errors. He could have played a lot better. It's the only way I can summon this up.
There's really nothing else that you can say, Kev. Guys, we're going to kick it out to a very, very short commercial break. That game brought to you guys by Epson Projectors. Check them out at epson.com/gaming and order your Epson projector today. Short commercial break, and then game 2 after this.